Here is Chief Meteorologist Chase Jones.
Gosh, it was a busy Thursday today, and we saw a little bit more rain across the entire area, but not a whole lot of changes to the drought monitor. Now, as the evening rolled around, shaping up for a beautiful West Texas sunset as we're already dropping down below that 60-degree mark. Now, temperatures all day leveling out in those lower 60s, and as we make our way into a beautiful evening and a great weekend, finally, Zoe, it's Friday, all the way down into those mid-50s. By tomorrow, somewhere in those upper 70s, if not those lower 80s, but we're on the lookout for pockets of rain showers as the circulation becomes a little bit stronger as it approaches the Gulf Coast. 59 in San Angelo. Everybody else in a combination of lower 60s and those upper 50s. I'm looking for 10 degrees as this cloud cover makes its way out. And I'm also on the lookout for some patches of fog in the early morning because we're still holding on to a lot of moisture. 60 in Sterling City, 60 down there in Junction, 58 over in there in Merced. So it's looking like a good 3, if not 4 degrees across the entire Concho Valley. Either way, it's shaping up for a beautiful weekend. When we're looking at the dew points, they're down there in those 50s and those 60s, while humidity indices are way up there near that saturation point, 90s and 100% across the entire region. So that's why I'm on the lookout for a little bit of fog. We're watching the cloud cover clear up pretty fast, so we might see some radiation fog, a little bit of that evaporation, and then it linger around in those lower elevations as we make our way into a beautiful Mother's Day weekend. You only have about 3 days left. Now take a good look near the Gulf Coast. The circulation of blue will form back around Louisiana and then slowly make its way just outside of the Concho Valley. Now, we're lining that up with cold, dry air being pulled down from the north and a cold front that's going to make its way in from the west. The timing of it pretty unique. Now, upper level pattern is going to show you where the cutoff low will hang out around Louisiana and parts of East Texas. That's where we see that circulation make its way back in. But here comes that cold front in from the northwest. The timing of it will push us up into the triple digits by next week and then gradually cool us off slowly. Now, low pressure systems are pushing further to the northern part of the nation, so the drop in cold air won't be nearly as drastic. When we take a good look at the water vapor imagery, we're just keeping our eye on the circulation as it makes its way out of the Concho Valley, and the cold air is sinking down from the north as we see the next cold front making its way in. So I don't know what you guys make of this, but it's gearing up for a pretty powerful storm if you ask me. Now, severe weather outlook is still just the southern part of Texas, and we take you into the satellite or all the way down to the surface, and we get a good idea of the severe weather developing around the southern part of Texas as we keep our eye on the cloud development making its way down from the Rocky Mountains. And of course, those pockets of dry air letting us know where the cold air is going to try to fight its way in. Now, we're keeping our eye on the circulation and some of that cloud formation around Friday afternoon. Then as we make our way into the weekend, make sure you get out there and take advantage of it because we're going to be hovering around those mid-80s. But here comes the circulation back in from the west as we see that cloud cover just fighting back and forth right there in the Concho Valley. So we're going to see just how much rainfall falls around between Houston, Louisiana, and Mississippi. So tonight, dropping back down a couple more degrees into those mid-50s, but I'm on the lookout for a little bit of fog. That will stick around until tomorrow, where we make our way up into those upper 70s, but it's going to be a great evening, and we're on the lookout for a little bit of rain shower activity. My fingers are crossed for always a little bit of moisture. As we get closer towards Mother's Day, we're going to see us push up into those mid-50s, or mid-50s, mid-80s. I'm looking at 85 right now. And then we're going to find our way up into those 90s around that second week of May. But as we get closer towards the middle of the week, hovering around those triple digits, then we gently cool off, while those overnight lows go from those upper 40s all the way up into those lower 70s. Stay tuned. We'll break. You're watching KSAN News at 10.